Good evening to those who listen. It's March 18th, 2026, 10:20 p.m. And I wanted to do this video about prophetic dreams that I've had in the past. Back in May of 2018, I had a dream. That I woke up and I was missing the March Madness. And when I went and saw the scores, I looked like on my computer to see the scores. And half of the game, there's a bunch of games that were over, and then the game that I was looking at was Tennessee, and it was already half over, and they wound up winning big. They won 77, and I can't remember what the other score was, but and then that was it for that dream. And then I had another dream where I was in a bank and I was standing in line. I had a button-down shirt. I had $50 in my pocket, in the shirt pocket. And for one, I never wear button-down shirts, and I would never put my money in a pocket. It would always be in my wallet. And I was waiting in line, and it was my turn, so I said to the teller, I'm going to deposit $50 into my account. And I was waiting, and then I was like, what's going on? I said, are you going to do that? And she said, you haven't given me the money yet. I was like, oh, sorry. So I gave her the money, and then she took I had three $10 bills and a $20 bill, and she put the three $10 bills, and then she had them laying out, and one of the security guards came up and took one of the $10 bills and started walking away. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And he goes, I have to check to see if this $10 bill is worth anything, or this 10 is worth anything. And then the teller went back too. And then all of a sudden, blam, there was a blackout. And then they locked down the bank. There was a bunch of people all panicking. And I looked out and I could see there's like a little restaurant that looked like a Crystal's, like a White Castle kind of ish restaurant. People were in the restaurant, didn't seem to notice anything. There was snow flurries happening, and a SWAT team was surrounding the bank. And so everybody was panicking. I said, everybody get into a crowd. If it would be harder for some reason I thought somebody was going to rob the bank and have guns and stuff. But I told everybody, if everybody gets in a crowd, it'll have a harder time getting us, I guess. I don't know, weird. So then that dream ended, and then I had a second dream. I was right back in the same bank, but this time I knew that there was going to be a blackout and a lockdown. So I hurry up and did my transaction, and I told everybody, hey, there's going to be a blackout, and they're going to lock the bank down, and then the SWAT team's going to come in. And everybody thought I was crazy. So I went out the door, and then sure enough, as I was going out, the SWAT team comes in, and I see the flurries going, and then I'm walking away from the bank, and somebody pulls up in a car, and I'm like, and they go, where are you going? I said, away from here, something like that, whatever. So I figured it out after the tournament. For 10 months later, the tournament for 2019 March Madness happened, and I was trying to figure out out of all of the venues in 2019, where could there be snow flurries? So I wound up figuring out it was Columbus, Ohio, and then Tennessee wound up playing there, which matched exactly. It was the first game of the first day of the tournament and all that, and they played at Nationwide Arena. So I was thinking maybe there's going to be a nationwide blackout. And then I always thought that, and so then a lot of things happened with the tens. Three 10 seeds wound up winning that year, which is weird, three $10 bills. And just a bunch of other things happened. It did, in Columbus, Ohio, it wasn't supposed to snow, but then in the morning newscast, the anchor said to the meteorologist, I was really surprised when I woke up and it was snow flurries. And yeah, that was crazy. So that wound up happening. A bunch of things happened that wound up being prophetic that came true. But so I was expecting there to be a nationwide blackout, but that never happened. And then on the day that Tennessee wound up playing Iowa, uh, I went to church and I missed half of the game. And when I got back home, I turned the game on, and a few minutes in, there was a blackout. It was a TV blackout, but there was no nationwide blackout. But then, after all this time today, earlier, way earlier this morning, overnight, I realized that God was it was a lockdown. So in 2020, we had the nationwide lockdowns, and it was in March. So I didn't even realize it, but that was a prophetic thing. So now I think there might be some more prophetic things happening. I only have two favorite teams in college basketball. It's Iowa and Michigan. And this time Michigan is playing, and they're playing uh, tomorrow on the 19th at 7:10 p.m. And I had a dream about that too. Exactly 7:10, which is weird. And then I woke up at 8:10, which is actually 8:10 Easter time. Uh, so Michigan is playing in Buffalo, New York. They're playing at Key Center Bank. It's the only venue that has a bank in the name. So I was alerting people, just be alert for the weekend for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday, just in case something might happen. I don't know if it's going to, just throwing it out there. Then I wound up finding out that Michigan had to wait for the first four. There was two teams that had to play to see who they were going to play against. It wound up being Howard. And Howard, their mascot is bisons, buffaloes. So it's really strange, all the weird things. So I'm just in case purposes that something might happen. And I think, it could happen any of those 4 days, but I'm thinking it could happen tomorrow because it's the 19th. 1 plus 9 equals 10. And that's been my number that I've been seeing a lot. A lot. And then I get a lot of other things too with the videos. There's one video where, is it this one? I'm not sure. Just can't be ignored. It's not the right one. It might be this one. There we go. Nope, it's not that one either. Well, anyway, there's a bunch of other numbers. There was 91. I'd have to find it. I don't know. But there was 91 likes, which 9 plus 1. And then there was 19 comments, 1 plus 9. And there's just a bunch of things. Oh, there was another one that had Matthew 19, 1 plus 9 equals 10. There's just a bunch of coincidences. So a lot of weird stuff. And all the stuff that already happened, I called this video odds more than 99 trillion to 1 because there were so many things. You'd have to go back and listen to this video if anybody's interested. But so I don't know. And then I had a dream about J.K. Simmons for some reason, and he wound up crashing a car, and he was okay, but he said he lost control of the car. It was just weird. And then I looked him up. I don't know why I had a dream about him. Weird. And then he's in a new series called Westies, which is about an 80s gang, early 80s gang in New York City, and New York again. And west of New York City would be Buffalo. This is a lot of weird things with Buffalo, and I don't know. So I'm just want everybody to be alert, especially if you live in that area, and do all your banking. Don't do any more banking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, just in case something might happen. I don't know, especially if you live in those areas. I don't know. We had a lot of outages today with Amazon Web Services, X, all that stuff went down today. So I'm not saying that anything's going to happen, but it might be something happening with a bank. It might be something happening with a blackout. It might be something happening with a lockdown or something at a bank. I don't know. Weird. But I just wanted to throw all that out there because there was a lot of weird coincidences that happened, and I don't know. And then, I don't know, there's also Tennessee is playing in the tournament. They're not playing until the 20th. And if they win, they go to the 22nd. Michigan, if they're the number one seed, which is kind of strange too. And they're playing on the 19th and the 21st. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Just a lot of weird stuff. So be alert for tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just in case if something might happen. So just be alert. Thanks for watching. God bless.